Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, and welcome back to Shogun 2 A Total War. Well, last time, the armies of the Takeda finally launched their attack, which means today we have just one objective. Find a way to shut this down. Because they have brought not one, not two, but 3 full stack armies to take out Bizen. And that is a very good decision on their part, because, as we've seen, Bizen's walls can stand up to 1 army pretty easily. But the moment we start getting into 3, yeah, that's the point where my archers and gunners potentially run out of ammo before the fight's done. They can literally win by just swarming us with superior numbers. Luckily, we do have a couple of things on our side. Number 1, these are not the best armies in the world. Not like, you know, entirely samurai or anything. There's a fair few basic Ashigaru troops here as well. Number 2, I'm pretty sure these units just sat outside over the course of the last winter. So they've taken some attrition and they can't heal up right now. So the army's not even quite full strength. And finally, most crucially of all, they've sent, yes, their primary army, led by their daimyo, to put my city under siege. But he's got just a tiny bit ahead of himself, because now his other 2 armies are not in a reinforcement range. We could go and take out this bastard before the other armies could do anything to help him. And even better, we can outnumber him quite significantly. Because I've got some reinforcements nearby that can get in range of him, even if his can't get in range of me. And on top of that, I've also got agents piling in. Because yes, there's a whole bunch of flipping ninjas floating around my territory. So we need to arrest them for doing, like, you know, ninja crimes and whatnot. And on top of that, I've got my own ninja, though he's only level 1. Which is a tiny bit concerning. We may as well see, oh dear. Sabotage at 19% chance of success. So, it's going to cost a lot, and it's not really going to do that much. However, we do have... Oh! Well, that's much more interesting, isn't it? It may cost me a bit of money, but you could take out their daimyo. Because by the looks of it, yes, because he's got big and experienced and famous and whatnot, he's relatively easy to take down. And he is definitely the stronger of the 2 generals who's currently present. Oh yeah, this guy brings a +3 morale to every single unit in his army. The other guy who would take over if he was assassinated, however, you've got +2 morale for the general and bodyguard, but literally nothing in terms of morale for the rest of the army. So, okay, now this could work out nicely. And the other 2 armies, meanwhile, no general at all, I don't think. Those are just led by basic captains, so no benefits whatsoever. And inside the city, I've brought my ultimate mega best general, actually. Oh, and speaking of generals, right, this is embarrassing. It turns out, yes, this entire time, there's been a bunch of commissions, basically jobs, I just haven't assigned. And could have assigned to these various generals this entire time. So you, sir, the 3-star general, you can become commissioner for supply, which just increases the replenishment rate of everything. And the 1-star general could just become, yes, commissioner for development. So tiny reduction in producing everything in terms of buildings, because why not? But here we go. You, sir, are going in with a 95% chance of taking out their daimyo, and you better bloody do this. Like, we need all the help we can get at the minute, good sir. Though I suspect he's about to be assassinated by the many other ninjas floating around nearby. So, okay, you could do this. I believe in you. Okay, he's made it to the tent. He's found the daimyo. Now just stab him, and... oh, we flipping got him. Okay, now that's got to be worth a decent amount of XP. Assassinating the cocky daimyo of another faction while he's literally attacking us. He's not even leveled up. Honestly, game, I feel like you're being very unreasonable right there. Still, this army is now down its primary general, and on top of that, just down a unit overall, because the daimyo was filling up a slot inside the 20-stack army. So that's now down to 19. And of course, do not forget, that was cavalry. They've not got much cavalry. I've just taken out like a third of it. In fact, guys, you're literally the Takeda. Your one job is to come along with a giant pile of cavalry. This is not enough cavalry for the cavalry faction. Okay, step the next. I've also got a good quality Metsuke coming in. Can you, yes, apprehend this here Hojo ninja? Because I feel like, you know, he's doing illegal ninja crimes in my territory. So, 75%, let's see what you can do. Not just caught, but executed as well. Good job, sir. So, okay. Bare minimum, my agents are doing amazing work today. And speaking of which, yeah, let's just get more and more cooking ninjas out, because now we can train those right here at Bingo, which is very bloody convenient. Metsukes, however, yeah, we're at full capacity for those guys. But honestly, get out missionaries if we can as well. They might be useful in terms of spying, demoralizing, converting, etc, etc. Right, so next turn my ninjas and Metsukes can just get on doing agent business. For the time being though, yeah, it's time to turn our attention to this situation. Because 100% I can win a fight against this army. Especially now it's lost its primary general. The problem is, that's not all I need to do. I've also got to defeat them with an overwhelming victory, so my army inside Bizen is still strong enough to stand up to the two armies that are coming in next turn. So in which case, turning my attention up north for a second, you, sir, bring some cavalry, swing down over here, and yeah, let's just start pulling this army down south a bit. And honestly, this army isn't even necessarily supposed to be coming in to reinforce. But if it could maybe just lead one of these armies away, that would be ideal. Unfortunately, there is still a big Iko-Iki army floating around near Anaba. So, yeah, I need to keep one army here, just to make sure those guys don't just come in and take back everything I've taken off of them so far. And speaking of Anaba, honestly, yeah, we've got the money to just upgrade that a tiny bit, so we could just make that a little bit stronger, in case, yeah, this needs to be our border against Iko-Iki for some time while we're just mopping up the Takeda and a Hojo business. So here we go. One small army right here, but in range that, yes, if it retreats, it could just get straight back to town. So all this thing exists to do is potentially be a bit of a distraction to the Takeda forces, so maybe one of them naffs off at chasing them. And given the situation might be about to get a bit nasty around Bizen, yeah, just send everything we can barreling in that direction, in case suddenly we need to pull together an army out of various stragglers round here. And speaking of round here, yeah, every city even remotely nearby to the front should now just be training constantly. We've got the economy to justify that. And what we've also got is, yes, a small if a somewhat decent force of samurai, a few guns, etc, etc, floating around in Bitchu. Reinforcements from Bingo mean, yeah, there's still a handful of troops dotted around here. Speaking of which, you should definitely be going along too, good sir. So yeah, just bring that army around to here, and then sally out with this force, with these guys coming in as reinforcements. Because, okay, let's figure out what we're looking at here. Whole bunch of samurai archers, one basic archer too, 6 entire units of Yari Ashigaru, who are, yes, very much not mobile. So that's going to make this army a little bit on the inflexible side. And then a huge amount of Yari Samurai. But Yari Samurai in a one-on-one fight, they lose to Katana Samurai. Because, you know, Yari Samurai are anti-cavalry. Katana Samurai much better at dealing with other infantry. So in a straight one-on-one fight at the front line, my samurai should be able to beat his. Now, the archers are potentially going to be a bit of a problem, so we may need to, yeah, just basically sacrifice my elite mega cavalry, just riding them down and keeping them busy. As for the Dondabus, we need to manage them carefully. Just get them round the flank and shoot into anything that's engaged with my own troops. Just to basically, you know, trigger a morale shock and see if maybe we can roll up the line. Same deal with all my other gunners. In fact, if anything, this is too many gunners for a fight in the open field. But on top of that, we need ideally for this army to not take much damage at all. This army, meanwhile, if it takes a bit of damage, I don't cocky care. It could just go and replenish somewhere. That's fine. My main army, that needs to still be in good shape. So, okay. What we do is bring you, over here, my friend. That would be A-okay. And beyond that, it's now up to me to figure out a way to win this as cleanly as possible. Okay? We cannot be dealing with massive casualties here. So yeah, you guys, the samurai in the secondary army. I'm so sorry, but you are very much going to be tossed away in order to allow my lads to get into a good position to just open fire with all their guns. But that's going to be the way it's done. I've got like 6 gun units between the two armies. They've got literally none. And they've got a whole bunch of samurai that have got armor, but armor that is completely penetrated by bullets. So, yeah. We just need to get our gunners into position and let them do the work. So, okay, a fairly open field here. One major hill they'll be in a good position to move up onto. Question is, will they actually stand back and, play defensively, or will they try and come for me? Because just because the AI is, on defense, it doesn't always mean they play that way. Sometimes, depending on army composition, they will just charge. Still, I've got reinforcements coming in from over here. So naturally, that's where we're going to be starting out. We're going to start way back, because there is no reason for me to engage until I've got my entire army all drawn up together. Oh, and of particular note, right, we've also inherited a unit of Onobushi from the garrison in the city. So, yeah, garrison troops, they will definitely be right on the front line. There is no reason for them to not be, because they will literally regenerate in a full at the beginning of next turn. So, yeah, you are literally just going to be used as a bit of a speed bump between the enemy and my troops. So, okay. Begin the fight. Let's see what they're planning to do. While my troops are starting moving into position as well. So, okay, welcome to the fight, lads. So they're just moving forward. Let's see what you guys are doing, because it looks to me like you're charging. Okay. They don't appear to be attempting to hold the hill. They're just moving forward. Possibly they're responding to, the fact I've got reinforcements coming in by saying, right, maybe if we can, we should charge and try and get there before the reinforcements arrive. And if that is what they decide to do, good. That means by the time they get to us, they'll already be pretty on the tired side, and tiredness feeds directly into morale. So, that'll make it easier to break them. Beyond that, they've got, their one unit of light cav over on the right here. And then their general, obviously, in the centre. If I could get my mega spear cav to just charge into those two guys, they will melt them. And just a tiny bit concerned by, the volume of samurai archers nearby. But that should be what we're thinking of doing with my elite spear cav. So, okay, they're definitely coming. They're crossing the plain right now. So, what I've done is, a slightly unconventional, very deep formation here. So, on the front line, the Onobushi. Because the point is, I want to give their archers something to shoot at that's not like, valuable targets. Behind them, 2 units of Manchin Kashigaru. Then, we've got Yari Samurai and Katana Samurai from the secondary army, and behind them, the actual Katana Samurai. So, I want these guys to charge at the right moment. Then, we've got a couple of gunners just hanging out in the forest currently hidden. So, fire at will can be off for you guys, with a single unit of Yari Samurai behind them, purely so, they could just charge in to deal with any problems from this light cavalry. Now, speaking of which, hang about. Unfortunately, they've got Yari Samurai nearby to their cav as well, so I can't just charge in with my spear cav right now and eliminate them. But speaking of which, if I do just put my cav, off onto one flank here, that might assist with leading some of these idiots away. Now, I tell you what, I'll put the Katana cav on the other flank, way over here. No reason to have all of them put together. Also, what are you guys doing right at the back? You guys shouldn't be right at the back. Get in with the other archers, please. And just as I was expecting, they've got their bows up front. and their bows are going to start shooting to, yeah, Onobushi, which are completely meaningless. That's absolutely fine. And we've got plenty of cavalry just moving into position right now to help mop up that nonsense. So it looks to me like, yeah, their cavalry is just moving forward a tiny bit here. And then we just move into you. Everybody just open fire if you'd be so kind. In fact, you know what? Congratulations, you may now open up on these guys. You can charge in here. You can charge in up the rear. That cavalry unit is about to cocking disappear, which is delightful. So, right, you've just been shot. Then we've got more coming in here. You're about to be flipping knackered. So, right, you're going to give up in, like, seconds. That is fine. And then you just move into a good position over here. That unit is as good as dead. They're firing on, yeah, troops I just do not care about. That is fine as well. Then we've got Yari Samurai coming in over on this side. We're firing on their units. They're now getting confused because, yeah, they've got units on multiple flanks. So some of these guys who should be charging over here are instead moving over towards this direction, which is fine. Because I've actually got some Yari Samurai ready to move in, reinforce, etc., etc. So engage their Yari Samurai with my Yari Samurai. You guys just fall back a little bit while my troops are moving to position. I've got more gunners who could just fire down on these losers. More gunners over here as well. So, yeah. There may be some archer fire coming in, but honestly, I am fine with that. That is A-OK. Meanwhile, all archers, you may begin utilizing fire arrows. That is fine as well. But okay, just careful, careful, careful. You fall back, forward a tiny bit, actually. Yari Samurai coming in. Gunners, you just fall back into this position. And yeah, these guys can just move in. Hang on, is that the general trying to come in? I mean, it must be the general. Hang on, where are my, like, elite super mega spears right now? Taking on Yari Ashigaru, probably a bad idea. Right, you guys just get out of there, try and loop round, and deal with the general. And can I spare one unit of actual infantry to go and support this nonsense? 100% I think I can. So you guys fall back, one unit of Katana Samurai, move forward. Then we've got Yari Samurai slamming into the Onobushi. So right, you guys are doing your jobs just fine. And then it's time for the second tier of infantry to move forward and just buy a bit of time. Though that's Yari Samurai. Right, send forward to Katana Samurai there. Your Yari Ashigaru being not particularly happy about life. You just go over to here, pin those guys down. In fact, you know what? You go over here. You charge in that direction. Cavalry just starts moving out to the side. That basic Yari Ashigaru is going to collapse in no time. There's now no general guarding the back line at all, because he's just naffed off over here. And hopefully, the Dondabuzz can just shred him, because, yeah, we've got plenty of firepower floating around over here. So, keep an eye on this nonsense for the time being. Problem is, okay, their general's just kind of bumbling through everything. Where are the cooking spear cav? I need them to just make it back here. So, right, you guys just fall back over here. Alright, the spear cav is coming. I swear. It's on its cooking way. So, no, that was the wrong cav. Hang on. You guys don't do what I just told you to do. You guys instead just... You know what? That's fine. Somehow the Yari Ashigaru got on top of you. Please get out of there. That's A-OK. Okay, this fight is wide. Get on the general. If you could just get on top of him, you could destroy him. That's fine, so there we go. Then you guys just keep falling back, and the general's going to melt in no time whatsoever. The front line should be doing very well, actually. And then we've got, yeah, a whole bunch of archers doing good work, and okay. You guys are just fine, because you're elite mega cav. Get round to the bow samurai. Deal with them. You just follow those guys down. You get over here. Their front line appears to be just collapsing because it's not a very good front line. So, right. Get over here while my gunners are still doing good work. This is going, I'd say, pretty well. It's a bit of a mess on this flank, but all we need to do really is, yeah, take out their general with my spear cav. General's already down to, like, oh, nothing. This is the power of that spear cav. Their general is going to be in trouble in no time. And then more firing right there. Beautiful. I definitely just shot some of my own troops as well, by the way. But yeah, their general's now dead. That's good. Then we just open a fire on these losers. You guys just fall back at this point. That's fine. Then you guys just start moving around. Looks to me like, oh yeah, now we can just close the flipping trap. Just get cavalry in on one side, get them in on the other two. Katana cavalry doing some good work over here. Yari samurai shattered. Oh yeah. Now this is what we cocking wanted to see. Wavering, breaking, general dead. Oh yeah, look at that. I think my army is doing very, very well actually. I think you guys are absolutely cocking screwed. I'm also just going to instruct my archers to fall back for a second, because at this point, yes, they're going to start doing very bad things, like shooting their own friends. So, if you're shattered, yeah, send in the actual cavalry to start doing some good work and mopping up, please. I want none of these guys escaping and coming back to fight another day. So, all melee cav, get in there, do your job, please. But honestly, yeah, this is a good start to Operation Kill the Takeda. And for once, we won a fight without losing literally all of our Dondibus cav. So honestly, you know, better and flipping better right there. So okay, you guys just come in. You can assist with mopping up if you'd like to. So, oh yeah. Oh flipping yeah. I do love the Dondibus cav. They're great. I do also greatly enjoy mopping up with Dondibus cavalry. That's just a good fun time for everybody. So, oh yeah, that's a good dramatic last moment in the fight right there. And you know what? I will happily take that. Their army has been basically annihilated. I've lost 700 men, and I'm guessing most of that was actually from Army 2 that I deliberately put on the front line. So, Army 1, still very much an effective force. So right, that army doesn't even get to retreat, it just dramatically falls over. Well done, guys. So yeah, you guys are now back to, you know, replenishing, etc, etc. Though if they decide to come in immediately, they might be able to interrupt that, unfortunately. But okay. Army number 1 is taken care of. And they're now out of generals. No general means no benefits being passed on to the entire army. My army, meanwhile, oh yeah, big morale benefits, all sorts of bits and pieces. So, we're not marching out just yet. No reason to take this to the open field. Keep a close eye on the Hojo to make sure they don't come in to reinforce. And we also have, as cooking ever, giant piles of, yes, cooking navies everywhere. They need to be taken care of. So, okay, just continue tossing fleets at them. Sooner or later, we'll deal with you. Though, oh my. That's a trade fleet navy. Oh, Takeda, you shouldn't have done. Thank you. Right, just add those into the trade fleet here. Make it even more money as a result. Beautiful. And if we can, just chase off this small Honma force, because, yeah, they've now got no choice but to retreat out onto the open ocean. And you just rejoin the force you're supposed to be guarding. Lovely. What are you, by the way? Okay, you're just a proper ship. You stay there for the time being. Yeah, that's looking pretty good, though I'm pretty sure. Hang on. Yes, there's a navy here that's actually got an army attached to it. So, step 1, just chase you. Gosh darn it, you were supposed to run south into the trap, but as it turns out, that doesn't matter. So, okay, hang on. What's actual boat carrying this army? It's not much, but I'd still like to, you know, properly make sure it sinks. So, just get you guys off. Every navy, constantly cocking retreating. It's very annoying. Right, everyone into, like, you know, the open ocean, where you can take some additional damage, please. But yeah, make double sure these guys sink. I am not having you guys surviving. So yeah, auto-resolving is the best bet to try and make sure they properly go down. So, right, I'm pretty sure you just sank anyway. So, okay, no more army there floating around Kyushu. As for the secondary army, do I actually want to leave these guys here? Because if I do leave them here, then yeah, potentially, if the AI attacks them, that will pull my main army out of the city, which isn't really what I want. But you guys probably can't walk past the city anyway, so... if I just bring you here, you're still in, yeah, really bloody good replenishment space because you're in the province with the excellent replenishment. But you should be safe from these guys, though... it should keep you... you know what, I'll put you there. Where I'm pretty sure you can't be attacked, but you will be pulled in as reinforcements if need be. And speaking of which, yeah, even though unfortunately there's no ports around here, just load everything up into these boats, please. And same deal everywhere else on Shikoku. Once upon a time, yeah, we were keeping troops here as garrisons because the island was not Christian. These days, heavily Christianized, these garrisons can start moving forwards. Still, a few basic naval fights later, just mopping up some stragglers. Yeah, let's get time moving forwards here, because two big questions. One, what are the Takeda gonna do now they're down one army? And two, what are the Koiki gonna do with their army that's just standing nearby as well? So okay, as for the Hojo, just pulling some of their fleets back, and nothing much going on there at all by the looks of it. Takeda, however... okay, a few boats moving about. But what precisely, if anything, did they just do with their armies? Because, oh hang on, we've also got some more pirates floating about, and... bloody pirates. There's always constantly cocking pirates everywhere. And okay, on this occasion... they've decided to do nothing. Which I'm gonna be honest, I find a tiny bit unnerving, because that suggests they're waiting for something. But what precisely is it? Well, we've got one slightly annoying thing, which is, yes, it would appear that every single enemy ninja has decided they all want to do the same thing, and as a result, are standing in precisely the same spot. Because, yes, that's at least two ninjas, like, on top of each other. Which is causing the game to bug out a bit, and meaning, yes, I can't actually send my cocking Metsuke to arrest any of them. Because, I don't know, it's just not showing up as an option, so... okay, very cunning ninja techniques are being utilised here. Okay, as for the ninja that just pulled off that amazing attack a second ago... right, that's not an incoming army, it's just a ship. Yeah, keep a very, very close eye on this army right here. But at the same time, yeah, start bringing troops ashore from Shikoku, build up a secondary army here. It's not a great army or anything, but you know, it's not terrible. And then just continue feeding it more troops from Bichu right here. That army's now pretty much up to strength. You will definitely be, yes, either up to strength or as good as. In fact, you know what? I think we're almost in a position to take the fight to them. This is now 2 full stacks versus 2 full stacks. With a third small army floating around nearby that could just, you know, help close the trap a little bit. So, okay, you can't actually move anymore because, yeah, we just moved troops over from Shikoku. And by the way, this force, no, the actual fleet, I mean, that just needs to move around here to keep an eye on this nonsense. With yet more troops also gathering here in Sanuki. So, okay, that's like half an army right there. I don't know what's going on here, but yeah, you guys can just guard this area. That's not a problem. Okay. Continue working on, yeah, flipping improved roads so we can move our troops around nice and easy. That will be fine. And then broadly, just to keep on keeping on with Operation Train More Troops, because... yeah, if we can just break these Takeda armies, and then move forward and dislodge this Hojo army, at that point, there's not much standing between me and flipping Kyoto. Oh, and meanwhile, back in the economic heartlands, next turn, land consolidation comes online for my 2 biggest settlements. So, oh yeah. Oh, flippin' yeah. That'll do. Meanwhile, up in Hoki, we're just producing a better and better cocking bow samurai every moment. So, oh yeah. The accuracy you guys have got, that's pretty nice. So, start shipping those guys south as well. Beautiful. I'd say, yeah, things are actually starting to come together pretty nicely in this bit of the world. And never forget to just keep training Dondaba's cavalry. Because, okay, sometimes I get them killed due to incompetence, but when I don't get them killed, they're hilarious. But okay, with some bigger full-stack armies ready to move, the Takeda planning to do, like, anything at this point. Because last time they just didn't. They just said their boats are floating about. They didn't actually bother, like, you know, doing anything to me. So, okay, I see more. I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't expecting to be outnumbered by the Takeda boats, but apparently they managed to sneak, yes, a handful past me. Honestly, I don't care. That's absolutely fine. Just sink those. We'll deal with the survivors in a second. I'm also modestly annoyed that, yes, the flipping ninjas get to keep sabotaging buildings when apparently I'm just not allowed to do anything about them at the minute, because they're standing on top of each other. Although, here's nice. We've got, yeah, 4 turns of being able to see a lot cocking further. So that'll do nicely, and okay, you guys just sort of turned around or something, but by the looks of it, oh, hang on. I don't remember seeing you previously, but it is nice to see that, yes, the Takeda, the cavalry clan, actually did bring some of their own cavalry. So, okay, we finally got our boats back in position here, though. Okay, apparently there's just, like, you know, a huge amount of rebels everywhere, all of a sudden. So, yeah, you guys have lost most of your towns to just random rebels. Not sure how that's happened, but presumably this army is designed to put those rebellions down. Bare minimum, though. Yeah, the next Hojo army that's coming in is not particularly impressive. We've killed their main armies. What's coming up now is just, yeah, a random mishmash of whatever they can train at various nearby towns. Oh, slight issue up north, by the way, which is, yes, as the Koiki do tend to do, they've just managed to produce another army out of thin air. And it's kind of mainly trash, but yes, this is just kind of what they do. Produce large numbers of trash armies really, really cocking fast. Still, we've got a decent army here at this point, including, yeah, guns, a generous helping of bows, some decent samurai, Dondabus as well. I think this time we can hold against them. I'm much more interested in, yeah, this nonsense down here. This needs to be shut down right now, because I don't really want to just, like, you know, wait till winter then spring to give them some attrition, because 1, they might decide to retreat, and 2, the Hojo are clearly forming up themselves, so, yeah, don't really want to give them the chance to escape. We've got the forces here to deal with them right now. So yeah, the top army is cavalry heavy, then, yeah, just a handful of samurai. Nothing too scary, to be honest. Again, a fair few Ashigaru, and even more Ashigaru down south. So yeah, we need a decent number of spears to deal with the cavalry of this force. So I'm going to say, just move in you to here, move in you to behind enemy lines, and then, yes, deploy my primary army to go and attack these guys, and bloody hell, we're walking into a big fight here, as it turns out. So yeah, focus on the important thing here. The main army that's going to be drawn up in this fight, that's the one with all the cavalry. So we need to make sure we've got plenty of spears to deal with that nonsense. And spears is precisely what my secondary army is bringing into the fight. Like Yari Samurai and plenty of Yari Ashigaru too. Even basic Yari Ashigaru will annihilate light cavalry. And that's a good third of your army just dealt with, no problem. And then, yeah, we've got a light, fairly insignificant army coming up the rear. But it can take care of itself, okay? If it just draws up carefully behind spear walls with plenty of archers, yeah, it could do a good job if need be. Just, if we can, make sure we loop them around, join up with the main force. Their second army, though, that's the wild card, because reinforcements, sometimes they just do wacky things and go charging in random directions. So, who knows what you're going to do, my friends? So, okay, big, flat, open field to fight in. A little bit of forest here and there, but nothing too dramatic. My main reinforcements are coming from, yeah, straight behind me, which is ideal. The other forces from over here. you guys could potentially be in a spot of trouble if they decide to rush you. But if they do, honestly, just do what you can, form up into, you know, a big spear box. You'll do good work anyway, I'm sure. Oh, and I think we've got some new units on the field for the first time here, so say hello to the Nodachi Samurai. These guys are cocking hilarious, which is, as you can see, they've got basically no defense, minimal armor, etc, etc. Their job is to charge, okay? They have a massive charge bonus, ridiculous melee attack. They just run in and chop down anything in front of them. Though, when the charge bonus wears off, they can be in a bit of difficulty. So, yeah, just to send them screaming into the front line and let them do their job. You can see, yeah, just comparing them to the Katana Samurai, they're basically just a more extreme offensive version of that. Like, Katana Samurai do not hit as hard and don't charge as hard, but yes, they've got much more staying power in terms of defense. So okay, just draw up way back, and put my guns right on the front line, very exposed. I'm going to try and use my guns as a bait to lure the enemy forward to try and pick off exposed guns. And if they do, we shoot them, then we just charge the samurai forward and cut down their light cavalry. But yeah, what's more important is, one, joining it with my reinforcements from behind over here. Here they flipping come. And two, keeping an eye on what's going on this side, because we're going to have a lot of cocky troops to keep an eye on. And okay. This is very interesting. It would appear that the secondary force is coming in from this corner and, oh, it's got no choice but to do so. On account of the water here, it couldn't enter anywhere else but there. So, right. Now, that's interesting, because we're now a lot closer to the reinforcements than we are to the main force. And yeah, there's all that cavalry I was talking about in the main force. So, honestly, if you guys wouldn't mind basically sacrificing yourself so that, you know, these guys get distracted while we just destroy the secondary force while they're boxed up in the corner, that would be ideal, actually, yes. So, okay, step one, just turn my line around to face these idiots, and let's see what's going to happen first, because, I mean, it looks to me like you've decided to just, yes, charge forward with your elite mega cavalry right there. So, Takeda Light Cav and Takeda Yari Cav. So, right, anti-cavalry cavalry right there. So, you guys need to be dealt with using, yes, ideally, infantry. The Light Cav's not really a problem, don't worry about them. But yeah, just deploy the nearest samurai to deal with you guys. The Yari cavalry might be an issue. Archers just turn and immediately fire on them. And yeah, keep my special cav ready to back you guys up as well. Which direction are you guys going in, by the way? You're kind of piling in this direction too. So, okay, guys. Guys. You need to do your own thing. Oh, this fight's going to get complicated. But yeah, just move forward on this front. See if we can pull some of these guys away. Then we've got, hang on, cavalry just straight up charging right now. They're trying to hit the Dontibus, aren't they? Yep, they 100% are. So, in which case, deploy my own anti-cavalry cavalry to deal with that nonsense. You guys just, yeah, fall back for a second. Do not get caught out of position. We've got more samurai coming in. We're going to, yeah, destroy those guys without too much trouble. The problem is, if we're facing, yeah, this way, when these guys show up, that's just like cavalry. It's all going to be fine. So, okay. Everybody's about to charge into these stupid losers, which is good. You're just going over there and dealing with this nonsense. That is, hang on. There's Katana Samurai, you're dealing with that. Right, these guys are going to melt in no time. There we go, that's that taken care of. So they did not get on top of my Dontibus. Good, they're shattered and leaving. It looks to me like, yeah, what they're doing is like running in this direction. But currently, they're not really turning to face my main line. You guys, meanwhile, yeah, you're sending some cavalry charging forward. That's just a Takeda Light Cav. Okay, that is massively exposed right now. So send my anti-cav and also the other elite super cav to go and intercept them. That's fine. They are way too exposed right now. But I think, yeah, once a cav's been taken care of, we just want to charge forward with our Nodachi and Katana Samurai and hit these guys in the flank. Because right now, for whatever reason, they've just decided they want to run over there. And speaking of cavalry, right, you are falling apart momentarily. Right, that's it, you shattered, and I'm gonna be honest, you guys got over to me faster than I was expecting. But I've got cavalry coming in to intercept you momentarily, so that's fine. Those were just basic archers. My own cav are going to come in, and you are going to absolutely flipping melt. Though, John, do not miss the opportunity to get on top of these guys. Okay, just charge in this direction, especially the Nodachi, because that's like their one job. And do not forget, yeah, we've got a giant pile of troops around here as well. Now, there's 2 Yari Samurai here. You guys just draw up defensively over here to deal with this nonsense, if you'd be so kind. In fact, you know what? Straight up hunt those 2 guys down. Because, yeah, these guys are going to melt in at no time whatsoever. Then, we just bring our archers forwarded to this position to lay down a fire. Where are my gunners right now? Honestly, if you guys are determined to run in this direction, yeah, have my gunners out on the flank over here just to open up on you guys. All of these troops, excluding the Yari Samurai. Okay, this is too many troops. I can't manage this many cocky troops. You guys just pile in this direction, and when the time is right, yes, we'll just shut the trap on these stupid losers. That's going to be fine, probably. Where's the cocking Dondibus, by the way? That's you. Yeah, the Dondibus wants to be getting up the rear and just shooting anyone it can. So, okay. Everybody just start deploying where you want. My cavalry is going to destroy their cavalry. Do not worry about that. My cavalry will extraordinarily easily win that one. So, oh no you don't. Oh no you flippin' don't. Just, yeah, 1 unit over here. 1 unit over here. You guys get to here. You guys get to here. Light cavalry will be annihilated by my specialist cav. That is fine. Right. They've decided to turn and fight at this point, so... Okay, hang on. My line is a bit of a mess at the minute. What's even going on right now? Okay, well, I see bow samurai looking, yes, very exposed at the minute. Then that's just a Yari Ashigaru. Katana samurai will melt you. The main army, meanwhile, seems, yes, not sure what it wants to do. They appear to be, yes, sort of holding on this hill, because they're scared of these forces, but also occasionally just deploying their cavalry to die one by one. So yeah, my specialist cav is destroying that cav. We're just going to charge into this army and annihilate it. That is fine. And of a particular note, yeah, send my own infantry over in this direction. Hit their cocking bow samurai. And then send my own troops down the side over here. So... Guys, I have got one a hell of a shot for you, so, oh yeah, oh flippin' yeah, that'll do the job. So right, you guys just get in over here, everyone else just charge forward. We've got more flipping Yari Ashigaru coming in over here. They're desperate to take out my Dondibus cav, but it's not going very well right now. Everybody else just charge forward, do what you can. As the army starts collapsing, obviously, yes, more and more of it will collapse, because, you know, they'll be routing friends nearby, etc, etc. So you guys just forward a bit, open a fire on these guys. You get over to here. That is fine. Once we get on top of all of their archers, yeah, you're going to be in trouble. Where are the Nodachi, by the way? You guys doing anything right now? Because, oh dear, you're kind of stuck around the back. Get over here, hit the bow samurai, because yes, it would appear to me that there's not much in the way of reinforcements coming in. They're just trying to hold on that hill for now. So, right, in which case, my specialist cav could just get over here, do whatever it wants, that's fine. We've got Yari Samurai ready to charge in. Just rush them. At this point, that is fine. Everybody forward, don't even worry about it. But yeah, they're starting to be in a lot of cocky trouble. Also, all bow people, activate flaming arrows, because honestly, why not at this point? That's fine. So, okay, where's my general? he should be nearer to the front, actually. That would be good, too. So, right. Everyone is now charging forward. Their bows are massively exposed. They're desperately trying to get on top of my Dondabus, who have now got the freedom to just move around them, take them out one by one. So, okay, there is a bow samurai here. Just to get up the side of you. Open a fire on them. They will immediately melt. But yeah, it looks to me like this army is pretty much done. So, oh yeah. Now the Dondabus are doing the cocky job. So yeah, it looks to me like there's now nothing but just a handful of troops over here. Deploy my cavalry forward to mop them up. I don't want any of these guys getting away, actually. Although, then again, I can't but notice that, yes, the direction they're retreating means they can't get off the map in this direction because the water's in the way. So, oh, guys, you're just going to be ridden down because there's nothing you can do. And yes, anyone who makes turn in this direction, they're just going to be walking straight into the secondary force that's not even got involved yet. So, okay. What's left really at this point is just these guys. So a whole bunch of bows. Yeah, a fairly balanced army, but a small one because it was cavalry heavy before the cavalry charged and then died. Okay, reinforcements are now as good as dead. Let's finish this off here. So, Group 1 is, yeah, this army over here that's not really done anything yet. Group 2 can just be literally everyone else. So, okay, as we form up and now surrounding them, they are rotating, which I am fine with. If they decide they want to charge into the smaller secondary army, they're welcome to give it a go. That army has got, yeah, spear walls and also a handful of Yari samurai to deal with any surviving cavalry in this direction. So that is absolutely fine. There's some bows there. We've got our own bows too. So, okay. This force can now, yeah, be grouped together as well. Move you forward, please. It's time to start, yes, surrounding them. Now, they do have a tiny bit more in the way of bows than I've got, but that is fine. I've got some light cav I can use to just scare them off a little bit. So just slam into you. I appreciate this Yari Samurai, but yeah, the point is just to keep these guys busy and immediately move away while the main army moves into position. They can pepper me with fire, absolutely, but I don't believe they can do any serious damage to this force. You guys can start using... Okay, I'll admit that light cavalry is a bit more dead than I was expecting, but that's fine. The Yari Samurai are now going to move into position and immediately walk into a spear wall. You are now ready to start advancing as well. Yeah. You guys can now just walk straight up the hill because they've turned to meet the smaller secondary army. That's fine. So all you guys have got to do is hold. And Yari Samurai walking into, yeah, prepared spear wall. That's not going to go well for them. So, yeah, they are taking a little bit of damage. Then we just charge into the rear of them. If we're lucky, they will break before they turn and deal with my troops. Let's get over to the next bow unit. Hit them as well. Yeah, they're not happy right now. There we go. They're shattered. You're going to be wavering, and then we can just keep on keeping on. And okay. My troops are now in position. They've turned back over here, so, yes, they don't know which way they want to face. They just can't deal with that. So, you just keep on dealing with that, actually. You move forward, take out these bow units, but yeah, now they've just not got enough firepower on this front line. They're trying to lay down a fire on, yeah, my gunners, but... What was that just charged me, by the way? Whatever it was, we just shot at it. And under the circumstances, yes, I feel like we can probably just charge forward with everything. Bow Samurai can only do so much to me. Everybody forward, please. Everybody forward. And yeah, they may have the high ground for now, but that's not gonna last, okay? They basically just got a very large number of... hang on, what are you guys doing? That's Yari Ashigaru. Okay, we've been a little bit run down by those guys. Everybody else just start charging as well, please. We do have Yari Samurai That will melt you guys. So yeah, these guys are now in trouble. Meanwhile, my forces are just moving forward, which is ideal. We've got flaming arrows ready to go. Any gaps in the line, my gunners can just take advantage of too, which is beautiful. And yes, where precisely are the Dondibus Cav? Okay, they're over on this side. That is fine. But yeah, I'm going to suggest momentarily you guys are going to be in trouble. And what the cock is going on here? That's a horse that was on fire. Marvelous. So, okay. You guys just charge into the side of them. And I think they have completely broken. That single charge uphill, that was the right way to play it. Like, we've taken some casualties, but the point is, oh no, 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 no. We're not even close to done yet, because now at this point, we can ride every single one of them down. No one survives this. And there we flipping go. Officially, a close victory. I disagree, game. I think yes. When they flipping lost everything, and we've still got 3/4 of our troops, that is very much not a close victory. That is absolutely fine. But yeah, on top of that, let's just see if we can, you know, find some particularly impressive highlights here. And, oh yeah, look at that. That's the power of ridiculous specialized mega cav. So yeah, in the end, army number 3 is fine, because it didn't really do much aside from a bit of skirmishing. Army number 2 took a few light knocks. Army number 1, that was the one that did the real fighting, because yeah, in the end we needed to charge them forward to intercept the Takeda Army 2. But honestly, not a single unit died. Every unit is like half health or better. That is fine. Because there we go, as they just shuffle off and whatnot. This army will be, yeah, pretty much back to full strength in just 1 or 2 turns. Oh, just FYI, guys, oh no, you're not going anywhere, actually. You're being finished off right now. So, down you flipping go. Beautiful. Dead to the last man, etc., etc. Okay, now that's flipping better. Still, I would say with the Takeda threat removed, how about we call it a putt there? But next time... Okay, it could have been noticed that, yes, at the start of this episode, we had 3 full stacks threatening our front door. Well, now, it's us that's got 3 full stacks ready to go. And with another army up here holding back the Iko-Iki, that means we could start advancing. And it feels to me like, yes, a lot of the factions around this bit of the world, they've run out of steam. They've tossed everything they had at Bizen, and they've cocking lost it all. Meaning now, okay, it's time for us to strike back. And as I was just saying a minute ago, oh yeah, Kyoto is right there as well. And once we secure Kyoto, let's just say, yes, Realm Divide starts playing by a whole new interesting set of rules. So, right, we can discuss that next episode. Hopefully, you join me for that. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nerds. And this has been the delightful Shogun 2 Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
This guy's enjoying that. This guy's enjoying his elephant a bit too much. In Fair Verona, we set our scene. Oh my god, Becky, look at her butt. It is so big. They've managed to glitch inside one of the buildings. Elephants in the rear! And then in come the chariots!